Hey everybody, Joy here, back in Mounds, back at our other house for a couple weeks. Then we have to go back to our other house. So I've been kind of mostly cleaning house here. This house has, I don't know what you call it. It looks like a wood floor, but it's not wood floor, it's tile. And there's no carpets downstairs, no carpets anywhere. And so we just have rugs. And so yesterday I decided to vacuum all of the tile. I'm still worn out. I remember years ago I had to go to a chiropractor. I don't remember why I was going to the chiropractor. If I had pain in my back or I don't know what I had. I really don't remember. It was so long ago. But I remember him telling me that I shouldn't vacuum. Because somehow it twists your spine, or I have scoliosis. It's not bad. I've had it. I was born with it, and it's just slight. That's why I have one high hip, one low hip, one high shoulder, one low shoulder, one leg shorter than the other. It's really my hip, not my legs. My legs are the same. But so what's your point, Joy? Did you wake us up to tell us this? No. The thing is, I decided, it was about time I cleaned this house, because I don't like people to clean my house. I've had lots and lots. We owned 2 commercial buildings for a while, and the cleaning was the biggest issue. The cleaning companies, you'd hire them, they would tell you they've been in business for 500 years, their people are amazing, totally trained, totally wonderful, and every week they'd send somebody different. And you'd ask them how long they worked there. Well, this is my first day. And and in my house, all the damage I have in my house was done by a cleaning company. So I think I had somebody come 2 or 3 times, and that was it. So I do my own cleaning. So anyway, all downstairs is that wood looking, that's really tile, but looks like wood. And so I, got my vacuum hooked up and went around from room to room to room, I figured, maybe it's good for your waist. Let me see if you're going like this. Yeah, because look, you're turning, going like that. Maybe that's why I'm sore today. Sore in a good way. So I got that all done. So I didn't sew anything is the point. And I brought 3 medium-sized moving boxes and 2 small boxes from the other house. That's 5 boxes I brought from the other house. And so I had to open those and put everything in them away, all sewing mostly. And so I've been doing that. This is Thursday, and I haven't made a video since last week probably now. So I had to put all that stuff away, and then I did all that cleaning and dusting and stuff like that. And while I was putting the things away that I brought from the other house, I found something. Way back 15 years ago, I had a friend for a very short while who lived in a house next to me down there at our other house. And each one has 5 acres, so you could walk up the road and down the road and you'd be at her house, or she'd the other way come to my house. Well, she was into paper piecing. And so when I make a new friend, I try to learn what they do and do it with them. She loved sewing machines, and she made quilts. And she went to the Bernhardt clubs in Plano, Texas, so we used to go there together. I just adored her. But if you've been watching me for years and years, I've had a lot of lifelong, I promise to be your friend forever types that just suddenly dropped me. Just suddenly. And she was one of them. Now, don't automatically think, wow, Joy, who could possibly be your friend? You're so odd. She was on husband number 11. So let me just add that, okay? I didn't care if she was on husband number 100. I was glad to have a sewing friend. So the point is, I wanted to learn how to do paper piecing, so it was something we could do together. And at that time, my granddaughter was a little girl. She's now 28 and she's getting married. Or maybe she's 26, I lose track. But when she was a little girl, she was 5, 6, 7-ish, and for about 1 year, maybe less, she was into horses. Just loved horses. my daughter got married to a new guy, and his daughter loved horses and rode in rodeos and all that kind of thing. And so they kind of bonded for a while, and Lindy was into horses. So I decided to do paper piecing and paper piece these horses. So I paper pieced 4 of them. A pink one, a blue one, a purple one, and I have one that's sort of been quilted a little bit, a green one. So I found these when I was putting the stuff from Kingston away. I found these horses, and I thought, oh, I should give those to Goodwill. Maybe I should give them away. And there was more fabric with them. This one did not have the strips around it yet. So I thought, oh, I'll just make a little quilt and hang it on the wall somewhere. So I worked on this, and I was having fits with my Solaris sewing machine, sewing a 1/4 inch. I do not like their 1/4 inch feet. I think they're very, very bad. And I thought, well, I should go downstairs and use a different sewing machine that I know is much better at sewing 1/4 inch seams. But I had already started this one. And I thought, well, if I go down there, maybe the other ones will come out different. And so then I decided I didn't want it, I didn't like it, I don't do horses anyway. So I'm going to give it away. I thought maybe somebody on the planet would like it, you know. So the thing is, there's the green horse and the green fabrics. There's the pink horse and the now used pink fabrics. There's a little bit more of the pink left. There's the blue horse and the blue fabrics. See, I sat them on the floor thinking, what could I do with this? And there's the purple horse. Where's the purple horse? The purple horse and the purple fabric. So if somebody has a child who's into horses, if somebody thinks this is wonderful and amazing, I would be thrilled to give it to you. So what I want you to do is don't just leave it in the comments, because I may get 200 comments and it's too hard for me to go down there and read through all of them. So if you would like to have that, email me. Y'all know my email, bernhardtjm50@gmail.com. Bernhardt, BERNHARDT, 50, because I was born in 1950, @gmail.com. If you'd like to have that, maybe you say, well, throw the horses away, we'll take the fabric. Whatever. Email me. This video will go up sometime today, September 7, 2024. I'm going to allow emails to come through September 8, tomorrow, Sunday, September 8 at noon, our time, which is Central Standard Time. Then I'm going to stop the emails and I will choose a name. Okay, so here's the deal. I have this thing I want to show you because I'm so excited about it. Have you noticed my blouse? I have had several people over the months and the years say, how do you get your blouses to pull up like that? What do you do? Well, always, I have just grabbed some fabric in the back and wrapped a rubber band around it. Well, I don't like that because the rubber band makes this big wart that pokes you in the stomach, and I don't need any more things on my stomach. And so I don't really like to do the rubber band, but that's what I've been doing until I had this blouse on the other day. You know, it's one that I just made, and I don't remember the pattern, I'm sorry. I just made, this is an ITY knit, yes. And I don't like the blouse to be straight, and it is straight. Now if it's curved on the front and curved on the back like some you've seen me make recently, I like that. I don't do any rubber bands, I don't do anything. But when it's straight, to me it just makes me look as wide as the house. And so I like to have a curve in it somewhere. So I was in my sewing room and I thought, oh, I just hate this, I look so fat. So I just pulled it up a little bit here and I thought, oh, I don't have a rubber band, what can I do? And so I had this big long silver pin sitting there that I pull elastic through casings with. And I thought, oh, I'll just pin it with that. And so I was playing with it and I thought, well, I can't pin it so the pin shows. And so I put the pin on the inside. And so I had this silver bar right there. And my lightning fast mind, you know how fast it is. I thought, if this silver pen was painted red, nobody would even be able to see it there. I thought, how could I paint, you know, could go buy a spray can this big to spray paint one pen red. And then I thought, I wonder if somebody already invented colored pens. I've never seen any colored pens, but you know, maybe somebody invented them. I'm going to go to Amazon and see if anybody ever invented colored pens. And lo and behold, look what I found. Look what I found. Red pens, yellow pens, blue pens, purple pens, and green pens. So I went in and I showed Jerry a while ago. I said, can you see the pen in this blouse? And he said, there's no pen in that blouse. I said, yes there is. There's a pen. I said, it's down here. And he said, there's nothing down there, Joy. I can't see a thing. So, see? Aren't you excited? Don't you want to buy some pens? I'll put them in my Amazon store just in case. You know, I think, now that I have them, I think that you're supposed to make bracelets or something, or jewelry. I don't know how you would with pens, but whatever. I'm using them for this. And I also know on Amazon, I saw it many weeks ago, that they make something to do this with. But I can't remember what it's called. I want to call it a chip clip, that isn't it. Where you use it like I use the rubber band, and you just pull the fabric through the back. But I can't remember what it's called. I bet you all can find it. If I can find it, I'll put that in my Amazon store too. What am I going to put it under? Sewing, quilting, miscellaneous. How about miscellaneous? We'll try that. All right, I am working downstairs on my new Sure-Fit designs. I just did one recently. Remember my green cardboard that we got from Hobby Lobby when Philly was here, and I had already cut out a brand new Sure-Fit designs? Well, I put a 36 waist on that. Now my waist, when I wake up in the morning, is 35. Right now, I just measured it. It was 36. After lunch today, it will be 37. I know, that's a 2-inch difference through the day. But, you know, that's the price of living past menopause. So I'm making a new Sure-Fit Designs, what do you call them, master pattern that has a 37-inch waist. And that way, maybe it's a little big in the morning, but I won't have to take the waist darts out of it. I can leave the waist darts in the front and the back, and I can still wear it. Maybe it's a hair big in the morning, but it'll fit me in the evening. So that's my plan for today. What are y'all doing? I'll be back. Good Friday morning, my friends. I am totally nuts this morning, I'll tell you. I'm thinking it's 7 a.m., 7:30 a.m., and it's 9 o'clock, and Philly and I are Zooming today. We're going to finish our Kimberbell. Remember, back months ago, we went to the quilt store and we bought a Kimberbell, it's not Bill, it's Bell. Oh, joy. So, yes, it's 3 little quilts. And we got 2 of them done, and they're hanging on our walls, but we never did do number 3, and number 3 has like some little jars in it. So Philly and I are going to Zoom. I told her I had to make a real quick video and say hi to you and tell you I'm going to be Zooming with Philly today. But I'll come back after a while. We're going to be using our Solarises. We both have a Solaris, and we're going to be using our Solarises to make this 3rd quilt. So stay with me, and you can see what we make together today. All right, I'll be back. I'm walking all over the horses here. Do any of you want these horses? Okay, so I'll show you real quick, because we haven't Zoomed yet. It's this book, Oh So Delightful. I'm sure you can get it at Amazon. That's where we got it. And we're doing these 3 little quilts on the back. Let me see, are they on the front too? This is one of them with the spools. The spools, and that's one play with scissors. And this one, Sewing is My Sunshine. And I'm totally unorganized. I just went in there and I thought, oh my goodness, where's those little things that I bought to go with it? So I have this little package of things, and this little package of cute pins. and this little package of stuff. You can buy this stuff if you want to. It isn't cheap, but I know it's still available. Let me see. Let me put those somewhere. Aha! I got my Philly book. Let me see if I can find you a bigger picture. Do you want to see a bigger picture? Of course you do. Let me see. There's the three of them together. That's probably the best picture there is. That looks like me hanging them up. Okay, let me show you this up close and be real still. It's these three right here. And so the jar has stuff in it, see? And those little things I showed you, there's actually 3 jars. Oh, this is going to be so much fun to do. Okay, I'm going to tell Philly I'm ready. I told her, oh my goodness, I've been watching Dr. Berg. And Dr. Berg is this doctor. He's got 12 million subscribers. I bet every one of you know him. There's Dr. Berg and there's this other guy, Dr. Barry. And I call him Dr. Berg and Barry. So I was checking my comments this morning like I always do. And I saw this one about Dr. Berg and what vitamin you need if you have swelling in your ankles. So I watched it. And then automatically another one of his came up and then another one. And the time just went by. And at 9 o'clock, Philly texted me and she said, I'm almost ready. How about you? And I'm like, oh no. So I can't talk to you anymore. I gotta go Zoom with Philly. Good Saturday morning. I know. I was supposed to be back yesterday and show you what Philly and I did. Well, the thing about it is Philly and I didn't get much done. It turns out that the little jars, and pardon the way I look, I had one of my don't get much sleep, blow your nose all nights last night. And the thing about it is I get up 1 and 2 o'clock and I start taking antihistamines and it takes a while in the morning. I just got out of the shower and it's 10:30. I know. Anyhow, this too shall pass. I understand the weather's supposed to be really nice in the low 80s for the next 2 weeks. September is here tomorrow. I love September. September, October, November. My favorite time of year. Hoping it's as nice here in this town as down in Kingston. And I'm going to show you what we did. It isn't much, and I may even do it over again. I was totally unprepared. Philly had her stuff all organized, all ready to do. I hadn't even started. So anyway, this is part of that little quilt that we're making now. And this is what Philly and I did yesterday. So it turns out that the thread, this has not been ironed, but the thread happened to be kind of complicated. And you all tell me, my quilting friends out there, I have way more than this of sulky thread. I bought it when I first started embroidering, way back when I was just a little girl. Seems like. Actually, I bought my first embroidery machine. It was the Bernhardt 180. And I bought all this sulky thread because I thought that's what you were supposed to have back then. So I thought, you know, I really should start using this sulky thread. Well, for some reason, it sewed just fine on the first layer of the thread on the spool, but the second layer, where it has a darker thread and shows the little threads going across, let me see if you can see it real close. Not sure. The thread kept breaking. Oh, it did worse than that. Oh my goodness. It made this great big thread glob on the back. Super big thread glob. But I remembered this hatchet machete tool that I got for buying something one time. One of my machines, you got something free every month. And I think one of the months I got this, you know, free. Right. But anyway, I remembered it. And so I got this tool out. Let me tell you, this was Still in the embroidery hoop. And I just took this and just lightly went across that. It came off like I was getting butter off of there. This is one sharp gadget. What is it? Let me see if I can tell you what it is. Not only that, it has like this giant hook in it. I don't know if that's to clean your teeth, pull out your cavities, or what. Oh my goodness sakes, what do you do with that? And I know y'all are going to tell me. And this is a file. I bet if you get one of those burrs in your sewing machine, you can file it off with that. A new blade. This actually comes from Dime, and it's called a bird's nest. A solution to untangling bird nest mishaps. Nice little thing. I was really happy to have it yesterday. So that's all we got done. Philly got hers done. And so then I remembered that you're supposed to have little tiny baby rickrack to wind around one of these spool things. And in the supplies that I purchased that were supposed to have the baby rickrack, there isn't any. I was so upset because that baby rickrack was my favorite thing. Where's the picture of it? Well, I can't find it at the moment, but just take my word for it. It's the cutest part is the little rickrack. So I told Philly I couldn't do anything till I got some baby rickrack. So yesterday I was able to find some that's supposed to be here today. Now I don't think it's like normal rickrack. I think it's made to wrap packages with, and it might be made out of polyester? No, that doesn't seem right. Poly something that's like pop bottles are made out of. You know what I'm saying? Plastic. I think it's like my cookie thing here. I think it's this stuff. And it's, I don't know. I'll show you when I get it. But I don't care. They had it in like 10 different colors. I'm getting all the colors. And I'm going to wrap it around one of these little bobbins because I liked the little zigzaggy rickrack the best. So then we stopped that because I didn't have the rickrack, and because it suddenly got very complicated having to quilt the background before you put the jars on, and we didn't know what to quilt the background with. Of course you can buy some more stuff from Kimberbell. You can buy their designs, but I'm not doing that. I mean, what else would I ever use it for? So Philly spent the afternoon searching for designs that we could pre-quilt the background with, you know, with the fluffy stuff on the back and everything. And so we're just on a standstill finishing that. All right, I told you I'd show you the barn coming down. Here it is coming down. That's my nephew's son up on the roof, and the guy that did our cabinets named Craig. And that's my nephew Jeffrey, and he's in charge. Air conditioning. Jeffrey, how do you know how to do this?
It's like Legos.
Like Legos, right. Wow. Oh, you got a little living room set up. Isn't that nice? Ah! You brat. Cage, you are a brat. You're grounded. I can see up your shorts, boy.
Is that good?
Look at the side. This is from the roof over here, coming down. Oh my goodness. My nephew owns all of this equipment. He builds swimming pools and barns and houses and stuff. I know you're probably going to see a screen trying to look out at the barn project, but I can get a better view of what's going on from upstairs. How fun is this? So I told you I'd show you the barn demolishment. There's what's left of it as of today. What is today? September 7, I think. But there's what's left of the barn. The new metal doesn't get here until the end of October. So it might be a while before you see a new one. But yeah, this is why I haven't been making videos. Too much going on in my yard. I hope I'm close enough up to you. I need to get this yarn thing off of here. I've been crocheting my pretty blue yarn my daughter gave me for my birthday. Oh my goodness, that girl makes the prettiest yarn. Oh my goodness. She has a website, achickthatknits.com, and I just noticed this morning she has like a store in there. And it shows all her yarns up close with descriptions. It's like going to Amazon. She's just amazing. No sign of this at all when the child was growing up, let me tell you. She said she wanted to be a stewardess and an archaeologist. So where dyeing yarn came from in that dream, I do not know. So I wanted to tell you about this darling tool. I didn't know how much I liked it until the only one I have is at my other house, and I didn't have one here. And I was trying to measure armholes with the cloth tapes, you know, the long cloth tapes, or with the ruler that bends. Neither one of them. I mean, I couldn't hold them still enough, and they'd move a little bit, or whatever. And I just could not get a totally accurate, like up to the 1/8 inch. Oh, I had to order another one of these. You can't get it on Amazon, but you can get it from this place called Stitch Buzz. shopstitchbuzz.etsy.com. So I guess she's on Etsy. I just searched for Curve Runner. It's called a Curve Runner. Is that what it's called? Is that what she calls it, or is that what I call it? Curve Runner 12-inch sewing measuring wheel. 20 bucks. Worth every penny. So it goes up to 12 inches. So if you're measuring a curve, let's play like we have a curve here. You start at 0 and you roll it. And when you get to 12, you start adding again. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. See? Oh, it's the most amazing tool. So, and it comes with this little thing, separate. They're together. But you can see here it's called Curve. Let me get it up closer. See, it's called Curve Runner. Is it going the right way? And then you take this and you put it on there. Wonderful. Just wonderful. So I just wanted to tell you that's my latest cool tool, which I've actually had before at my other house. This is how I always end up with so many things. We've had 2 houses off and on ever since we got married 50 years ago. And so you end up with 2 of every pan and, you know, double forks, double knives, double spoons, double this, double that, double furniture. And so then we'll decide, oh, we're just going to have one house. And so we'll give everything away. I have hauled households to Salvation Army or the Goodwill. And then we end up with 2 houses again, just accidentally. We don't really plan on it. And of course, we've got the RV, so that's kind of like having 3 houses right now. But anyhow, at some point, I'm going to get to have one upstairs and one downstairs. See, because I'll have 2. Look at that. Look, it can go. It's awesome. So, if you buy one, let me see, the lady that owns the store is called Clara. Tell her Joy sent you, will you? I don't know if she sells anything else in her store, but these are wonderful. So Philly and I had a play day. We Zoomed each other, and we made 2 pair of pants. Just simple pants out of, what's it called? Kona cotton. Kona cotton. I love Kona cotton for pants. Very cool and easy to sew, and it doesn't wrinkle really bad. And so we each made, she made capris and I made pants. So that's what we did this week. And of course the barn. They started on Tuesday, and they actually got to the point you just saw. Did I show you out the window? I think I showed you out the window. They got to the point where the barn's gone in just 4 days, and there was 4 guys working. So that's been what I've been up to. We started doing the jars. Kimberbell, so delightful. I don't know if we started doing these in the beginning of this video, because I started this video like a year ago. It seems like. But we got to the plastic in the jars, and we gave up. We decided to make pants, so we didn't get that project done. I've got it sitting here. I actually had to get some of this rubbery stuff from Philly because I didn't own any. It's this, I don't know what it's called, but it has to go, and here comes Jerry. Hold on. Okay, Jerry doesn't know the difference between me talking to myself and me talking to y'all, so he just walks in on me. So here is what I'm going to put my jars on. And this is the spongy stuff that I didn't have. And so Philly and I met for lunch, and she brought me a little bit of hers. So we had to stop because of that for one reason. But let me show you up close what it's going to look like. Okay, so here's my purpley bluey one with little birds. Isn't that cute? I love the little birds. And here's the one in the book. So that's what we're making, and as you can see, this is all I have done so far, is that part. So we have 1, 2, 3 jars to make. At the top of one of the jars, this one, it's a pin cushion. I don't know how on earth I'm supposed to quilt that, but that pin cushion thing is where this rubbery stuff goes, as far as I know. So we'll get back maybe this following week, now that the barn project's down. Maybe we'll finish this and I can show you my purpley bluey gray one. Then of course I've got the scarecrow. Now my friend Helga in Germany said, let's do the scarecrow together. She wanted to do Zoom and do the scarecrow. I can't do it, it's too big. You know, maybe I could make his boots. Zooming with somebody. This might be one of those quilts that takes me a year. Like, you know, maybe I'll make the bird one day, and maybe I'll make his face one day. But I'm going to start on the leaves, I think. In the directions you start with the leaves. So I might start with those. This is the cutest quilt. And of course it won't be done this fall. Fall's here. But next year, hopefully I'll have him hanging on the wall where the sailboat is. Huh? How about that? You cannot take a picture of a quilt where it looks like the quilt looks in person. You can't do it. If I'd seen this on the internet, I would have thought it was stupid. I wouldn't have bought it. I would have thought, well, that's the stiffest snowman. That's just goofy looking. In person. In person. The real quilt. Ah, it is just so cute. Okay, I've got to end this Snippetville here pretty soon. So you saw Jerry just came upstairs. Well, that's because we have absolutely had it with AT&T. We've had AT&T for, I don't know, as long as we've been married almost. When did they invent cell phones? Oh, the craziest thing. Just one little thing. I wasn't able to get a copy of my bill. We do auto pay because they charge you $10 a month more if you don't do auto pay. So when we came here and set up this house, we did auto pay. I had to buy a new iPad. And when I bought a new iPad here in this town, Jerry set us up on auto pay. So ever since he did that, I haven't been able to get a bill. I get a text and it says, your bill is due, blah, blah, blah. And then a week later it'll say, we have paid your bill, blah, blah, blah. And then I'll click on view bill, go on their website, and it says I have no accounts with them. I called before and nobody could help me. And then I just forgot about it and did something else. Our bill suddenly jumped like $74 more. And of course I can't see the bill. I can't copy the bill. I even called them and said, can you email me my bill? We're not allowed to do that. So I was so mad. So I called them the other morning. Was on the phone, this was like 3 days ago, on the phone over 2 hours with some girl. At least she was a nice girl. I think her name was Sheila. She was a nice girl and she spoke English. She was American. But she couldn't give me a copy of my bill. I said, well, can you tell me how to get into your website? It says I don't have an account. It says Jerry doesn't have an account. We put our username, our password in there over and over. It says we have no accounts. So she couldn't do it. So she had to get in touch with somebody in their tech department or something. And so he kept saying, try this, try that, try this, try that. Took forever. Then we had to go in there incognito. Incognito didn't work, whatever that means. And I told him, I said, I am so tired of you people. We have had nothing but trouble with AT&T. I'm going to change services. Oh, no, don't do that, ma'am. Don't do that, ma'am. We'll give you a credit. And so found out that for some reason, they had given us another phone number. We already have one for my iPad, one for each cell phone. That's all we own. And they'd given us she said, well, it's that new phone number. I said, what new phone number? Well, you got another number back in July. And that's when Jerry went in there for some reason to talk to the AT&T people. And I wasn't with him. And so she said, back in July, you ordered another number. Why would we do that? That doesn't make any sense. So finally, after an hour, she gave us a credit for that. Thank goodness. But we're just so tired of it. It's ridiculous to have to be on the phone 2 hours with any company to take care of such a tiny problem. So we decided to change because of my nephew to T-Mobile. He said they have T-Mobile. They love T-Mobile. They have it. Their kids all have it. And they have a box that you put in your house for your Wi-Fi. And you can take the box and put it in your RV and take it with you wherever you go, and you have Wi-Fi in your RV. That really got us right there. And we can pick up the same box and take it to our other house, and then we have Wi-Fi there. So we can get rid of Cox Wi-Fi in this house and Rise Broadband at our other house, and just have one little portable box. So we were real excited about that. But we went there kind of late. Well, you know, anytime you do anything with cell phones, it takes forever. We got there probably 5:45. They closed at 8. At 8 o'clock, we were still there. And there were 2 girls there. And one girl was as nice as could be. She could wait on a rattlesnake and make a gorilla. She just had one of those personalities where she just doesn't react. She just stays so calm and so nice. She's beautiful, friendly, smiling. The other girl was pushy and bossy. And the nice girl had just been made manager. And so maybe the other girl was mad because she thought she needed to be made manager. I have no idea about that. I just know that before the night was over, the 2 got in a huge argument. The manager was being very nice, very smiley, very calm. The other girl was screaming at her. And they finally went back into another room where we couldn't hear them. And the nice girl, the manager, came out and she said, it's all going to be taken care of. We've called the supervisor and it's just fine. Don't worry about it. So, I don't know. I'm hoping T-Mobile's not going to have, you know, customer service issues like AT&T did. But at least I did call the store yesterday. I called the store we were at, and a real live person actually answered the phone, and they actually were very nice and very helpful. Wasn't the same people. Was their day off or something. So anyway, I knew you all would want to know that. You want to know what I do? That's what I do. So I'm going to let you go, or this, I don't even know how many snippets are on here. You're probably going to be bored to tears. But anyway, goodbye for now. And I don't know when I'll be back, but you'll know because you'll get a notice. See you then.